to introduce y'all to three very important E's in my life. This is Elias. He's 19. Elena is days away from being 16. And Liam is 10. And for the last 20 years of my life, everything I do is for them. Every action I take, every decision I make. And my goal is to create healthy, fully functional, autonomous adults who don't need me to feed them, do their laundry, or pay for their lives. My name is Jen Jordan, and I live in Lexington, Kentucky. And today I want to talk to y'all about a key element of social selling, which is duplication. I've been with Young Living since I was pregnant with that littlest E. And when I explain duplication, I want to introduce y'all to three other E's that are foundational to our duplication model. Watch this video with me.
Have you ever stopped to consider what it would take to fulfill Young Living's vision statement, oils in every home? Let's look at two common approaches to social selling and the impact they would have on our business. If an individual Young Living leader were able to reach 1,000 people per day with our message about essential oils, even if the population was frozen in time, do you know how long it would take for every person on earth to hear about Young Living? It would take more than 21,000 years. And now imagine the potential lack of knowledge many of them would have. It would be impossible for one person to provide proper education to so many people, which means that at best, only a few would ever fully embrace a lifestyle of natural wellness. However, if a committed Young Living leader, let's call her April, were to invest time over the course of 1 year pouring herself into a new Young Living customer, let's call her Jen, Jen would be educated and equipped, becoming an empowered brand partner herself. By the end of that first year, she would be ready to duplicate the effort and train others on her own, much like the ancient proverb about the student becoming the teacher. In the second year, thanks to April's dedicated work, Jen is now a leader and takes on her first customer, while April takes on her second. By the third year, April is educating and empowering her third customer, while Jen is training her second. And those who were new to Young Living the previous year become brand partners and begin sharing and mentoring others to be future Young Living leaders as well. If this duplication cycle continues with April and Jen continuing to take on new customers each year, and the leaders they develop continuing to also mentor new customers, an educated, equipped, and empowered downline organization is created, which multiplies to the ends of the earth. Even at an accurate and growing population rate, do you know how long it would take to reach the entire world with this duplication model? Just under 33 years. And now imagine how much more impactful and life-changing the message is when shared with the duplication model. These people will be fully educated, equipped, and empowered to both use and share essential oils and to create leaders who do the same. This is why social selling is so powerful, and it is why duplication is the key to building a vibrant and thriving Young Living business. In fact, duplication is the only way for our generation to fulfill Young Living's vision statement: essential oils in every home.
Duplication is the most powerful tool that we have in our toolbox. It's like it's between trying to cut down a tree with a butter knife versus a chainsaw. It's the most efficient way to share as far as time and the most effective as far as impact and life change. So I want to share with y'all the story of a real life Young Living leader. She's been with Young Living for more than a decade. She drugged me, kicking and screaming, onto the path of natural wellness. She poured herself into me, countless hours of conversations and explanations about why essential oils and why Young Living. She provided ways for me to learn and take the reins of my own health journey. And when it was time, she kicked me out of the nest so that I could begin sharing and empowering leaders of my own. That leader is my sister, April Pointer, Royal Crown Diamond, and she would kill me if she knew that I was telling y'all this. But she has more than 150 diamonds in her Young Living organization, more than 7,000 silvers. I would suggest that the duplication model by which she raised all of us up is the key to her success as well as all of ours. And the three key elements to that duplication model are educate, equip, and empower. Those are the three E's that I want to talk to you about today. So duplication, simply stated, just means that whatever you do, your organization will copy you. They'll duplicate you. They're going to do what you're doing. So ask yourself, if everyone on my team did what I did today, how fast would we be growing? We can look at educate, equip, and empower as a 3-step model for everything that we do in Young Living, all the actions we take and all the decisions we make. And there are 2 things that people are asking when they're watching you run your business. Number 1 is, can I do what she's doing? And number 2 is, do I want to do what she's doing? So to get more yeses, most of us need to simplify. We need to make building a living business as simple as possible. Ask yourself, does what you're doing look fun? Does it look easy or doable or simple? Does it look attractive? Does it look natural? Or does it look hard and exhausting and forced and expensive or time consuming or maybe just impossible? Because what is working for you is not what matters. What matters is what is duplicated. A second grader needs to be able to do what we're doing in our business. Think about it like if you needed to lead a group of people from one side of the room to the other, and they had to do it the same way you did. Would you walk across that room, which 98% of people following you could do? Or would you do backflips across the room, which 98% of the people following you couldn't do? We need to create a wide, paved, easy path for people to follow. We cannot expect everyone to pick up a machete and find their way through the forest, okay? Let's see what that looks like. So let's start with educate. We're talking about customers. They're going to introduce people later the way we introduce them. So we want to keep it super, super simple. We want to connect with them, look for opportunities to find things in common, and listen to them. So we're listening for their specific needs. And we want to share our story. What has Young Living done for us? So what I do is a 5-step process. I teach people what are essential oils, how they're made, how we use them, which ones do I use, and how they can buy them. And then I show them right then how to order what they need. I've never really deviated from the starter bundles because my personal opinion is that those meet the needs of the most people and that they are the most duplicatable way. We also want to teach customers how to do loyalty rewards and how to redeem points and repeat. So once those people have their product, we move on to step 2, which is equip. We need to teach people how to fish instead of giving them a fish. So show them how to learn. Don't just give them the answers. We want to make sure that they can do later what we're doing now, right? Everyone can do it. So we want to give them resources, books, apps, websites, things that are easy to find and affordable so that they can duplicate that later. We want to not be the expert because, again, that's not duplicatable. We can't be walking encyclopedias of every product that Young Living offers. The beauty of social selling is that we get to facilitate relationships. So I like to say when you buy a bottle of oil, you get a family. We need to build community, plug people into relationship, and connect people together so that they can learn from each other. Step 3 is empower. This is the key step to duplication. We need to remove ourselves as the sole source of information. We need to allow people to step into their own role as CEO of their health and give them the reins. I once heard encourage defined as making someone courageous, instilling courage. We need to encourage them, getting them to the point where they have ownership and they're not dependent on us. That is empowerment. And it's when we help an oil user, a customer, reach that point that they're likely to become a messenger themselves. I often have people ask me, where do I find brand partners? How do I find business builders? You create educated, equipped, and empowered product users. And those people will use their product and they'll have stories to share because our products work. And then you can begin a new cycle with them of educate, equip, and empower as a brand partner as they begin the cycle of educate, equip, and empower with a new customer. So when someone becomes a brand partner, we start the cycle over again with different information. As a brand partner, step 1, educate. We teach them how to share their story, how to listen for needs, how to set a time with someone rather than answering a question in the grocery store line. Set a time to meet with them to present solutions. We need to teach them how to get paid, right? We need to teach them how to strategically build their organization to maximize the comp plan. And step 2 is equip. We need to resource them with a brand partner community. We need to plug them into relationships with like-minded individuals who are chasing their dreams that they can learn and encourage each other with. We need to recognize what we want duplicated. So when somebody gets a new member, somebody enrolls someone, somebody helps someone get on loyalty rewards, when somebody helps someone go from customer to brand partner or reaches a new rank or spends time with someone, we need to recognize that. We need to plug them into simple, duplicatable trainings. Teach them how to use the virtual office. Show them the pathways from one rank to the next. We need to show them how to use resources and apps like YL Insights, Oily Tools, Oily Trends, Life Steps, whatever you use, it needs to be taught to them so that they can teach others. And then empower. This is where the magic happens. The sooner someone can become independent of you and build this business without you, the more impact that you'll both have. And this is the heart of duplication and social selling. Our goal is not to be the leader of our entire organization. Our goal is to create leaders who are educated, equipped, and empowered to the same extent that we are, so that we can collaborate, co-lead, fill in gaps for each other, support each other, but for each of those leaders to be their own autonomous person, their own autonomous leader. And we have to complete this step for the baby birds to leave the nest and learn to fly. That's our job, just like raising our kids. Seeing those leaders come into full fruition of their mature, empowered selves, making an impact and raising up their own leaders. That's the cycle of duplication. So I want to challenge you guys. If you're the person in the video that's just sharing with 1,000 people a day on your own, but you're not actually creating messengers, reevaluate what you're doing. Ask yourself, what could I do differently? What am I doing that I could simplify? How can I educate, equip, and empower my customers and my brand partners? That's how we're going to change lives and impact communities, creating leaders who will take the message of essential oils to the world.